Hello, 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 Cheryl. Oh, a little bit crooked today. I don't know because I've readjusted my. See how I go there. My desk. Hello, everyone. Hi, Cheryl. Wait for a few more people. Hi, Chris. Hello. Last live for the year. Hi, Lynn. Nice and warm up there. Hi, Susan. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Jane. Hi, Anne. Mary, Lorraine. Hello. Wait for some more. Hello to Mum if she's found us and worked out how to get on. Hi, Claire and Judy. Hello. Laurel, hello. Claire McBride, have you been here before? Unsure, I think you have. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Diane. You made it on time. Well done. Nothing on tonight. After Christmas drinks with a few friends from sewing. Yes, hot and humid. Yes. Oh, very nice. Because you're an hour behind us too, aren't you, Lynn? Hi, Karen. All right. Hi, Marilyn. You have been before? Yeah, I thought you might have been. Just waiting for a few more to catch up. Oh, off already, Lynn. Okay, bye. Enjoy your drinks. Enjoy your drinks. Say hello if I know anyone. Sounds good. Hi, Sue. All right. So it's been a busy week. Our last week in the shop. Hello, S Ram. Tell me your full name, S Ram. I think you might be new here. Yeah, busy week in the shop without Joe also. So still catching up from 12 days of Christmas sale and the stitch along kits and American orders, still catching up on so many things. This week was meant to be our clean up and pack up week. Hi, Wanda. No, I haven't got rid of that cough, Chris. No. But as you may all know, Joe's mother passed away while I was away in South Australia. So she's had the funeral yesterday. Hi, Tony. Hi, Liz. Hi, Karen. Wanda, hello. So that's, made a short week for her. But Lauren very nicely came in quick early this morning and got through a few more orders. Hi, Debbie, before she had to go at 11. And she's doing well trying to get through it all. But anything from today is not going to get out before Christmas. So anything you order now will all be shipped after Christmas. Oh, you got 12 days. Good, Diane. Yeah, so, different week to what we were expecting, but that's all right. And we give our love to Jo. This week she's got family down, understandably, for the rest of the week. So, but tomorrow is our last day. Shop closes at the end of tomorrow. We may have to go in on holidays and do the cleanup that we didn't get done this week because it is a rough mess in the back rooms, that's for sure, and in the shed. Yeah, and then we're having 2 weeks break. So we need that 2 weeks break. It's only a short break, but then Sandra, Donna, and Jo are all going away in the first 2 months of next year, so they'll have a longer break then. So, first of all, I thought I'd start by saying Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas back to Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. Merry Christmas back to all of you who've just said that there. And I was going to show you my little Christmas wreath that I made on the weekend. This is for our table. Now, Matilda got home last night and she's been saying for a long time, I hope the tree's up. I can't wait to come home for the tree to be up. And we had a tree up. I had presents under the tree. I'll put a photo up later for you. She was a little underwhelmed and felt that it could at least have been green. But anyway, I have been a bit of a Grinch this year because, I don't know, life just seems to be so hectic. But I did take a couple of hours out on Sunday with our mum's group and we made a table wreath. So I might not have a Christmas tree, but I'm going to have a Christmas table. So I'm just going to, which at the moment is covered in wrapping and presents and all the rest of it. So anyway, we just all collected and fossicked and went to gardens and went out in the bush and picked whatever we could find and made a Christmas wreath. Last year, I'm pretty sure I had like red Banksia or maybe it was red Waratahs or something. So this year I've gone a little bit fruity. So I have some little baby pears in here. I don't know if you can see those. Some little baby pears. And some, you know what they are. Hi, Catherine. I've just gone a blank. Anyway, succulents, some succulents, and some dried orange, and some leucadendron. I think they're leucadendrons, but they've got actually quite big things in them, so they might not be leucadendrons. Some sort of native anyway. And those ones are called. Someone will tell me what they're called. Anyway, and then this stuff I just pinched from the middle of the street, this grey, lighter grey stuff. And this sort of, I don't know what this was, but it's drying already. So I don't know how well that's going to hold up these little flowers on the end. But it will dry. It's in Oasis, so it is in a ring of Oasis with water in it. So it will last quite some time. This was a really, whatever this was really nice. It's like almost like a hydrangea, but it's not. It was on a bush, and it had thorns on it. But anyway, so I've got a bit more of a fruity wreath this year, and anyway, I was really happy with it. So that will be our Hakia. Which one is Hakia, Tammy? These or this little bobble one? I don't know. Not quite sure. Anyway, I was pleased with it. So we were all pleased with it. I actually ended up making a second one that's hanging on my front door too, just on a like a cane wreath sort of thing without the, so it'll die and dry straight away. But that's on my front door. Oh, look, one of my pears just fell out. I'll have to find out where he came from and put him back in later. All right. Let's put him over here. Or her. Sit her over there. You want to sit there? Hopefully. Oh, look at the mess. Look at the mess. Let's come back to here. I clean up this mess. Gosh, it's made quite a mess. All right, I might just put that over there. Clean that up later. No, Rhonda, not really. Probably half an hour. I was finished. Yeah, the Banksia type one. Oh, that's what it's called. Heck yeah. Okay. Hi, Andrea. Okay. Whoops. It probably really only took me, well, we were talking and having some bubbles and things and catching up because it's, although we say we're going to catch up several times a year, we only manage to make it once a year. So we have a lot to catch up on. These are mums of our eldest daughters who are all turning 30. I was a late comer because we didn't move down until Molly was in grade 4. So she was probably already 10. So I've only been there for 20 years. But anyway, they welcomed me in, and I don't have mums groups. When you move around the country in the army, you don't get the privilege of having that first baby mums group for life. That's one thing that you do miss out on. So this is lovely, and it's lovely we catch up at least once a year. So yes, I'd finished, and there was so much greenery and plants left. I made a quick second one for my door, and in fact a couple of people made a second one as well. So yes, I don't seem to find it too difficult to do it. Maybe some of my mother's floristry skills rubbed off. I do remember doing funeral wreaths with her, and I tend to think that I start doing it the same way. I've got to remember I'm not going to a funeral. All right, gin of the week. So our local post office. Oh, I'm a bit laggy. Hi, Hillary. Hot up there, is it? Oh, it's quite nice down here. Our local post office, who are our quasi account managers, because they're amazing and have been with me. Well, John's parents had it when I arrived 20 years ago, and then they took it over. Dropped off a Christmas gift for us at the shop, and one for Joe too. If you're watching, Joe, you're probably not, but there is one for you as well. And so how appropriate was this, that they gave me 3 Tasmanian gins from the Drifters End Distilling Company, which I have had before. I think it's also one of their customers. But so in this box, it's a special Christmas box. Let me get it open. There is a spiced pumpkin, which I've already got. I've had that one before. I was just talking to this company last weekend at the craft show. Or no, a couple of weekends ago. And then there's a naughty festive gin. And then there's a nice festive gin. So I don't know what the difference is and which one I should have tonight. Let me see if it tells me. No, it doesn't really tell me what is in it. Oh, so the naughty festive gin has got 40.8% of alcohol, and the nice has only got 37.1. So obviously you stay a bit nicer if you drink that one. Well, that one's got a bit of colour, so maybe that's got a bit of fruit in it. But it doesn't tell me. There's nothing. Or maybe it tells me on the box. No, it doesn't tell me. What should I have, naughty or nice? I'm not sure. Will I have naughty or will I have nice? Hi, Peter. Maybe I should have the higher alcohol to kill this cough. Maybe I should have the naughty. I'll be naughty tonight. Let's try that. Oh, except I've got to be able to get it open. All right. You have naughty? Yes, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going for the naughty. All right. I'm guessing my nip. And then I'm going to have some soda with it. Oh, I'm not naughty enough to go neat tonight. Fitz was feeling grinchy and having no tree. Good point, Jane. Good point. All right. Oh, I can smell that it's 40% alcohol. I might only need the fumes. Drinkable. It is just it doesn't really have any flavors. It's just a straight juniper berry gin, I think. I'd probably like a slice of lemon or a bit of lime in it, I think. It's got a fruity undertone. I'm not sure what it is, but quite nice. Naughty but nice. There we go. Distiller's End. Oh no, Drifter's End. And they're out at Cambridge, just near the airport, I think. Pretty sure that's what they are. Let me see. Yes, Cambridge. I think we're visiting them there next year, actually. And they have some nice gins. All right, what else have I got to show you? It's only going to be a quick one tonight. I always say that every week, though, don't I? So, first of all, what I'm going to show you is remember our my Tilda Club boxes. So this was the last Tilda. Oh, there's my purse in there. I would have been looking for that. This was the last Tilda Club project that I did. It came out in November. And I showed you the boxes and sent you everywhere to find the kits if you weren't already a member. And then I noticed that there were some kits, possibly Tracy, there was some kits still available. So we don't normally do the Tilda Club kits, but because we had so many people ask us, and I know I sent you to Patrick by seeing they sold out. They have got more in, so if you're still local, you can still get them there. But anyway, that was the smaller box. And this was the larger box. So you also got the QR code to download the alphabet and print out your initial and do a little bit of stitchery embroidery on the top if you wanted to, and that's just a few hexes around it. So that was just embellishing the top, but the pattern mainly is how to make a box, and it's not a specific size box, it's just instructions to use whatever box you've got and how you measure up and make each piece, and etc, etc. So boxes are lovely. I don't know if you follow Robin, but Robin Leaney, but she posted some beautiful boxes this week which are done with paper, not fabric. Hello, Steph. Okay, Steph. Yeah, I think most of those will get out. Hopefully we get through. Hi, Jeanette. Late for a very important date. Yeah, so that was the pattern. So we now have some of the Tilda Club kits, which come in this special envelope. So I guess that's how we post it to you. I didn't realise that. We've never had a Tilda Club kit before. And then it has the instructions to make the project. And it also has a fat quarter pack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fat quarters. So that will be enough to make you a couple of boxes, depending on what size you do it. So we've just put them up on the website today. I'll put the link in a minute, but it's got all your step-by-step instructions in there. The QR code to download your alphabet, and some nice photographs, some things on there. So I know a lot of you already do the Tilda Club, but we had a lot of people ask. We did buy the bolts of fabric, but I can't release the pattern for 6 months. So I thought, well, actually, I've still got some available. We will get some in. So you can, I'll put the link up in a minute. You can order those online. Now, please note, anything you order online tonight or for the next 2 weeks is not going to be shipped until we come back on the 6th of January. So, and then they'll just be shipped in order of receipt then. So it might take us a few days to catch up there. Now, last week I was in the garden in Penola, and the weekend before that I was in Adelaide for our Christmas gathering. And 2 weeks before that, we had our Christmas gathering here in Hobart. So now that everyone's had their Christmas gathering and seen the projects, I can show you the projects that I designed for those events. Now, we're not actually officially releasing them until next year, just no time to do it, but they are already on the website. And again, you can order them if you want to, but they won't be shipped till next year. So the first one was just a little bonus project. That simple little project that a lot of people like to do on the day because you don't have to think about it. So it came just with an iron-on transfer and some thread, and a lot of people, in fact, at least 2 people completely finished this in Adelaide, as in finished the stitchery and hand stitched it all together and had it stitched onto their little header. It comes with this little laser cut header here, little timber header. Hi, Kerry. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Kerry Lee. And so, yeah, there were people that actually completely finished it. And I actually did stitch mine by hand too. So I stitched and turned it through, like the actual outside, because I was just too lazy to get up and do it one night. But so it just proved that you could just do it all by hand and you didn't have to worry about going home and finish it on the machine. So let's just switch to the overhead. Where is my mouse? disappears on me here. So you can see it's just a little elf. Very simple little stitchery, little elf. And it comes with a little ornament hanger there. So you could just hang that on your tree, or you could hang it on the wall. And it comes with a transfer, so you can get 2 or 3 out of it. Or you can buy extra hangers if you wanted to do that. Hi, Linnell. Hi, Kate. Kate is late. Never mind. You can watch on replay. And you've already seen this project because you were there. Hi, Vera. So, yeah, Festive Stitches little hanger. Just a very simple little project, but I would say at least half, if not more, of people at the gathering just started that on the day and or finished it because it was just a simple, mindless little stitchery, which sometimes when you're chatting and eating and meeting, catching up with everyone on a social day, you just need something you don't have to think about. Hi, Maureen. Oh, still, daylight saving still. I had to make up last week because I was in South Australia. I had to check out the eastern seaboard time. Hi, Julia. Hello. Okay, so this was our main project that we did. I'll leave it on the overhead. It's a little bit big for it. So it's quite long and it looks like a table runner, and it's got applique on it and a little bit of embroidery embellishment over it. So the leaves, bit of fly stitch on there, some stem stitch on there, some running stitch. Okay, and then a bias vine down there. But what it actually is it's called Herkle Durkle. And now the meaning of that is can't be bothered getting out of bed and laying in bed all day, something like that. This is where your ruler can lie in bed all day and not have to get out. So the full length of it will hold the standard 6.5 by 24 inch ruler, the most common big one. And then this middle pocket here will hold the 12-inch ruler. And then this little pocket here will hold the 6.5-inch square ruler. So they're the 3 rulers that I use pretty much all the time. Actually, I don't have a 12.5-inch one, but I use the 6.5, except that I haven't been able to find my 6.5. It's under a pile of fabric somewhere for a couple of months. And then your big one can go in there. And it's got a little handle. Let's switch back to here. It's got a little handle. It just hangs like that to keep your ruler in. And it's got foam in it so that it's nice and padded and it will look after you. I mean, obviously it's not stiff, so a ruler can still be bent in half and break, but it keeps it in one place and will stop it from getting scratched and things all over it. So it has a purpose. But of course, you could just use the front of it and make it into a table runner, because I was actually quite pleased how that the little applique came out on that. Quite first trial, and I was very happy with it, just straight up out of the box. Sometimes, like my last project, I made 3 times and I still wasn't really happy with it, but I was out of time then, so yes. Now, it was also quite amazing how many people got as far as stitching down their applique pieces just during the day. So they couldn't have done much chatting, or they can talk and sew at the same time, because they got all their shapes ironed on, worked out what fabric was what, got all the edges glued over, made their bias, stitched that down, and then glued down all their shapes onto the fabric, and were actually stitching it down before the day was finished. So that was amazing. Yeah, I never expected that at all, but which means hopefully very soon there'll be lots of finishes, about 170 of them, because that's how many we had in the 2 gatherings. We did, I think, cut at the time 200 kits, so there are a few spare kits in similar colours, similar or same. And again, that one's not going to be released officially until the new year, but I am going to put the links in because we do have a few kits left in those fabrics. Yeah, you could add as many pockets as you like, depending on what rulers you like to use. And you could also fit more than one in a pocket too, really, if you wanted to. So you could put your 2.5 in there as well, or you could just repeat the process, do it in order and repeat the process and put another extra one there. You could do that for sure. Yeah, so I like it when a project actually has a use as well as being nice to make. So instead of just having 3 million table runners, 20,000 cushions. I like cushions, but yeah, it's good when it also has a use, and a use that hopefully most of us will appreciate. Hi, Michelle. So what I promised, we had some new people in Adelaide anyway. I think, yeah, maybe some new ones in Hobart as well. New to my applique method. So even though they tried to do it in the day and people helped them and they managed, I did say that tonight I would demonstrate the gluing over of some of the shapes. Just so you might pick up a few more hints and tips, or you might just not have been game to start yet. So this will help you make a start. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to overhead again. Oops, cancel that. Switch over here. And I actually haven't got the exact same ones. I've started on a new project today that I need to get done. So I'm going to demonstrate on these. Oh, surely I have scissors here. Maybe I don't. Scissors in there. Oh, I don't have a single pair of scissors here. Wait 1 second while I grab my scissors. Good boy, Bentley. Good boy. So the shapes we had were one of these inners and outies. Innies and outies. So we're going to do that one. So I'm just cutting it out with a generous 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and then we also had just some circles. So quite big circles. There were no really tiny ones. It wasn't too cruel, which is hopefully why so many people did such a good job gluing over. And then somewhere, yeah, I just did some of the leaf shape, because that's the one that generally causes the most grief. All right, let's zoom in just a little bit closer. Oops, zoom in just a little bit closer. Oh, I really need to clean this board, don't I? Look at all the gluing I've done on it. Oh dear. Now I need a glue pen and a sip of gin. All right, so we're going to start with the easiest one, the big circle. Oh, and I chose a pen that's empty. I'm sure I've got a few here though. Let's try this one. Okay, it's a light blue one. I don't know why sometimes you get these light blue ones. Hope you can still see. So I'm gluing around the edge of the paper. I'm going to do about 1/3 of it at a time on the paper, but no wider than the seam allowance. And then I'm folding till I feel the edge and just pushing it down on the very edge into the glue, and just letting the fabric feed around the edge of the paper without rolling the paper. Now, if I use my whole thumb, I would get box pleats and points on the other side. So this is what we call a pinch and gather, and it's just a little pinch around the very edge and let it gather around. Like so. And we don't worry if all those little gathers aren't glued down flat. It only needs to be the edge that's flat, and then we end up with a perfect circle with nice smooth curved edges, no points. Hi, Jenny. All right, so that's your circle, and that's a nice big one, so it's pretty easy. If we were going to do the little tiny ones I've had on that fabric there before, then it gets a little bit trickier, but still done basically the same way. Now, an inner and outer curve. So these are in the project as well, and these were probably the trickiest pieces for them to do. So we just want to clip the inner curve, but not all the way to the paper. Stop a couple of threads before the paper. You might need one clip, you might need two. Just start with one and see how you go. And you don't want the seam allowance too wide, so you don't want a full 1/4 inch, but don't make the mistake of going too narrow either. I put those scissors there to get an idea of how big that seam allowance is. So I would say it's like 4 millimeters, or a scant 1/4 inch, or a generous 1/8 of an inch. You can always cut more off, but you can't put any more back on. So don't go too small. All right. So then we get the same thing. We're going to glue around the edge of the paper and just a couple of curves at a time. Now we have notice I haven't clipped the outer curves. I've only clipped that inner curve there, not outer curve. So on the inner curve, I can use my whole thumb and push that over. So I've got a nice smooth inner curve. And where I clipped nearly to the edge of the paper, it's just pulled over and stretched out over the back and given me a nice smooth inner curve. Okay, so I didn't want to have a little point there either. And by not clipping all the way to the paper, I haven't got that little raw thread that sticks out if it was an inner point. So you just stop just a bit before. Now I've talked too long and my glue would have dried. So my inner curve, I can use my whole thumb, push it over. But then the outer curve, we need to switch to the pinch and gather. So let it feed around, pinch and gather, and then use your whole thumb to do that inner curve, and make sure where you cut to, where you snip to, has been pulled over to the back, so there's no raw thread showing on the front. So push it in, pinch and gather. Now if you can't do this with your thumbnails, or you don't have a thumbnail, then you can use tools, and you can pull it over with a tool, and I'll show you on the last one what I mean by that if you're very new to it. Pinch and gather. If you still get a little point, you can just ease it in or pull it up and try again. Pinch and gather. Push it over. Pinch and gather. Press it over. Okay, I'm going to find my tools. They should be in here somewhere. So I've got the Appliquick tools, but you might have the poor man's tools or just a cuticle stick or something like that. Hi, Brenda. And yes, a lot of people had the poor man's tools at the gathering, because it does help. So these tools have got a little beveled edge on it, and then they've got a fork which holds it. And you just, a little bit at a time, pull that around and push it onto the glue. And then when we've got to this inner one there where the slit is, I want to pull that all the way over so that it has got no raw thread on the front. Now, if I had a really, really sharp curve, I can switch my tool around to the pointy end, and just one thread at a time, you can very accurately pull that over and gather it in nice and like little tiny gathers. And then you can see there that we've got perfect curves inside and outside. Okay, so if your thumbs don't work, go with the tools. Now, you'll notice on this one that the center hole was cut out, and on the ones on our Herkel Durkle bag was the same too. So each layer was cut out of the paper inside. I don't cut that away. I just leave it as one whole piece. If you had a really, really big shape like this and you had a hole in the middle and you wanted to save the fabric, you could cut some of the center out, but you'd still need to leave your 1/4 inch on the inside, and you don't glue that over. You never glue that over because we want to have something, a base, to sit the piece on top. So in this case, we don't cut any of it out, and you can see that one's got a hole where my little dot will sit as well. And that also allows me, when I'm gluing up my layers, if you had a light box, I can see exactly where that's going to go, and then I can see exactly where my little circle is going to go as well. So then they just all layer back up on top of each other. So don't think that you have to cut the inside out and glue that edge over the other way. Just keep it as one big flat piece and put the other piece on top like that. All right, now the last thing that you needed to master was the leaves, and they're a little bit tinier. So when you're cutting out a leaf with a sharp point, you can just take the tip of the point off, but you still need the seam allowance between the point of the paper and the edge of the fabric. So you still need your 1/8 of an inch there, but you can just take that little tip off, and that just gets rid of a little bit of the bulk that we have to be able to glue under afterwards. Okay, so when gluing a leaf like this, there's lots of different leaves, but a leaf like this shape, which is what was on it. Sorry, I just need a mouthful. Okay, so I'm going to start at the point and glue halfway around, or sort of around the bottom if it's not too big. And we can use our whole thumb to push over nice and flat along that flat side. And then we switch to pinch and gather around the curve. And then I'm gluing the second side, and I'm going over the fabric, so all the way to the edge of where the paper would be. So when we get around this curve and back onto the straight side, I tell you, these nails are coming off next week when I get time. Now, the mistake people make is the edge of our paper is going through to that point there, but because we've already got fabric over it, you can't see where the edge of the paper is. And because we're now folding 2 layers of fabric, you can't feel as well where the edge of the paper is. So what people do is they just go like that without paying much attention, and you end up, you can see that, with a raw tip, not a double folded tip. It's just a raw tip, okay? Raw threads poking out there. So what you need to make sure you do, pull that up again. So I've glued all the way onto the edge of the fabric to the edge here. You need to look where the edge of the paper goes and make sure you fold on that double layer of fabric all the way to where that paper would be. And that way we have a double folded point, no raw thread, and we have a little, in most cases, we have a little tail hanging out. Okay, and that's okay. Don't worry about the tail. We can deal with that when we're stitching him down. But you need to make sure that you've got a double folded point there, not raw threads, not a raw end. Okay, and this is the mistake that many people make until they work out why it's going like that. And it's just because you've got 2 layers of fabric to fold over to the paper and you can't feel where the paper is. So you must use your eye and make sure you follow all the way to the end. Now I'll do one with the tools. Make sure we're on camera. Okay. So I'm getting it nicely gathered around my curve with no points. You can see how much quicker I am with my thumb. So I don't use the tools often unless I'm having a huge session and my thumb is tired, or I'm doing really, really tiny, delicate stuff. Right, so I'm back at this end, and I have to make sure if I don't really pull hard, I've got a raw point. Okay. Where's my camera? There. So I have to make sure that I double fold this fabric here all the way over. So I've got a tail and I've got a double folded tip. So if you're going to make any mistake, that's a mistake you're going to make. Okay. Now, you will worry then about this point. How am I going to get rid of that point? Do I trim it off? Do I stitch it and trim it off? No, never trim it off, because it will just fray out and you'll end up with a big, horrible mess. So if I had a larger piece and I was stitching by machine, I could put another bit of glue on there and sort of glue it back behind and concertina it back until you get it back. And it just does depend on the shape of the leaf and the angles to how much tail you've got. But for smaller ones, or when I'm hand stitching, I will just applique this down, stitch up to the point, do a second stitch in the point and tug it out really tight so it's locked down and it's nice and pointy. Then you just take the tip of your needle and sweep that in underneath and then stitch along the other side. And that is how you'll get your sharpest points on your leaves. I've never found a better method that will get you the sharpest points. Some people do, they fold the flat end over first and then they fold the two sides and try and get a point. You have to be very careful doing that, because you've got 2, 4, 6 layers, 5 layers of fabric then trying to get into a really sharp point. And I just find that you get a little straight edge on it. You can't get it to sit in a really sharp point. So I still prefer this method, and you just get that little tail. It's really easy just to stitch down the point, get it nice and sharp, and then sweep the tail under. We've already taken the bulk of the fabric off by trimming that little tip off before we glued. So we've gotten rid of as much as we can get rid of. The rest has to stay there, so you've got something to tuck under. Otherwise, it'll just fray out. So, and that's all the shapes that you need to master, all my newbies that hadn't done it before, to be able to finish your Herkle-Durkle project. And I actually was so impressed. Some of the newbies did a great job. During the day with all those distractions, not with all your nice clean sewing area around you. You've got food, you've got people chatting, you've got stuff everywhere. With all those distractions, people did an amazing job of gluing. So I know that it's an easy way to do it with the pre-cut papers, and particularly when they're laser cut for you. But sometimes it takes a couple of goes to get it perfect, and these people were getting it pretty perfect first go. So I was very impressed, and it just makes me even more confident to say this is the only way I would do turn edge applique, because it just makes it available and achievable by everyone. Hi, Julie. We're just about to finish. So anyway, that's it from me tonight. I'll put those links in though. So, one other thing. So there's the Herkle-Durkle. Our Christmas stitch along, if you hadn't seen in the newsletter or on social media, has been, as we discussed a few weeks ago, it's going to be on Saturday the 19th of January. Hopefully I'll be ready by then. And just waiting for the Tilda Club boxes to go in. And it's free to do, so it's free to sign up. I'm just going to put the link in. I'm going to put the sign up link in here. And then once you've signed up, you'll get an email straight away, which will have a link to, if you want to buy the kit, you can. We've sent out dozens and dozens of them, but honestly, it's just a small little project you're going to finish in a day, and you can just make it from your stash. But you can purchase the kit if you want. So you'll get an email when you've signed up with a link to the kit, but I've also just put the link in here as well. But you do need to sign up for the actual program, or you won't get the emails on the day that take you step by step on making it along with me. So yeah, it's just a little Christmas project. It's just all rotary cut and machine pieced. There's no handwork. It's just going to be a nice little project to have finished, ready for Christmas 25. See, if we've got them ready that early, maybe we'll get a tree up next year. I'm that organised. So all those links are in there. Yes, Lauren, it's not actually video. It's just step-by-step emails that'll come every half an hour or so. So once you've got them, there might be a couple of videos in it, but they'll be in the emails. So yes, you don't have to do it on the day. You'll have, once you've got them, just save them and you've got them. So that is okay. Yeah, it's not going to be like a live thing. It's too tricky. So most of it's already set up now. I just have to finish it. Because somehow I lost all my videos that I had videoed when I was making it. So we're going to have some pretend videos, I think, or I have to make it again. I don't think I have time for that. So other than that, have a lovely Christmas, everyone. Maybe get a few stitches around the pool with a glass of bubbles, cocktail or two, gin or two, and another huge year next year. I have stopped a couple of club programs and that to try and give me a bit of space and life, but I'm sure it's still going to be a great, huge year. So I can't wait to talk to you all again in January. So I might be back. I'll be about the 9th of January, I think we'll be back for a live. Or still to be decided, Kate. Probably, possibly. Around the same time. Oh, good, Kylie. Yeah, they've been going out every day. Poor Posty's been filling his car every day with buckets and buckets. But yeah, we're just a bit slowed down now. Yeah, so it's been lovely chatting with you every Thursday night here. I pretty work from home, all day, every day. So it's nice to feel that I've got people around the country that enjoy stitching with me. So that's nice. And so many of you I've recently seen at various events. So another thing for my Perth ladies, or not even Perth ladies that would like to go to Perth, just don't remember that I'm doing the staycation in late February in Perth. So that was in the newsletter last week. So that's going to be a bit like our stitching affair. So it's like go to a resort, get all your accommodation, meals together, projects. Oh, Joey's here. Hi, Joe. And just intimate number of people. So that would be a lovely gift to yourself if you wanted to inquire about that and put your deposit down for the Western Australian staycation in late February. Or if you're in Western Australia, Samantha's organising these to bring designers to you, because you always quite often miss out. So she's bringing them over to you. So please support her so that she can continue to do that for you. But yeah, doing it as a full weekend retreat is a really lovely, special way to spoil yourself and indulge in things. All right, Merry Christmas, everyone. I will draw the lottery jar, but nothing will come until next year now. So get a winner. Oh, is that Brenda? It's Brenda. Brenda Bowie. You still here? Brenda, are you still here? I'm pretty sure that's Brenda, isn't it? Yes, pretty sure it is. It's so tiny on my screen, but it is Brenda. Brenda, are you still here? Hello, Brenda. Are you there, Brenda? Oh, maybe she popped in and popped out. I haven't seen Cindy, but Chris was here. Brenda, are you still here? Maybe she's not. We'll just give her another few seconds. Can't see her. I'm thinking Brenda's not here. Oh, yes, she's there. There you go. Oh, I just snuck in. Joe had just told me to redraw. You must have snuck off to the bathroom. Okay, so Brenda's there. Okay, congratulations. All right, see you all in the new year. All rested, lots of stitching done. I probably can't show you much because it's all going to be secret stitching. And yeah, we'll see you all in January. Happy Christmas to all. Bye for now.